So, what if I told you the real path to unshakable self-confidence isn't paved with all that positive thinking, but with something, well, a little darker? Today, we're going to step away from the usual motivational pep talks and explore the shadows of dark psychology to find some tactical methods that promise to get real results.
This source material we're looking at really doesn't pull any punches. It basically says that all the standard advice about happiness and success, it just doesn't cut it for most people. Instead, we're going to look into the depths of human psychology for methods that actually work, even if they feel a little manipulative.
And that brings us to the big question, right? Are you ready to move past all the fluff and get into some practical, maybe even controversial, techniques for building that rock-solid confidence? If you are, let's dive in.
Okay, so before we get to the specific tricks, we have to lay down the foundation. This whole system, this whole dark psychology playbook for self-confidence, it really all hinges on one simple, but incredibly difficult first step. And here it is, the master key. Think about it. So much of our anxiety, our hesitation, it comes from a deep fear of being judged. The dark psychology techniques we're about to get into are designed to work, but they only become truly powerful once you unlock this first step, freeing yourself from the need for anyone else's approval. All right, let's get into our very first technique. It's called negative visualization, and it's this powerful tool that, and this might sound a little weird, actually kills fear by forcing you to confront it head on. So this technique has two powerful ways to do it. First, there's the one day to live perspective. Imagine a doctor tells you, this is it, you've got 24 hours left. Suddenly, that fear of asking someone out or speaking up in a meeting seems kind of trivial, doesn't it? The second way is to visualize the absolute rock-bottom worst-case scenario. You really face that fear, you look it right in the eye, and you realize, hey, you'd actually survive. And that's when it loses all its power over you. And here's how you actually apply it. Thinking about asking someone out? The source suggests imagining the regret of not trying when you're on your deathbed. Now, that's way scarier than hearing no. Afraid of public speaking? Go ahead. Imagine the audience booing you off the stage. So what? You'll walk off, life goes on. The fear just shrinks. Now for our second trick. So if negative visualization is all about destroying fear, this next one is about actively building a new, confident identity from the ground up, basically by programming your own subconscious. It's a two-step process. First, you stand in front of a mirror, you make direct eye contact with yourself, and you repeat affirmations. You're essentially feeding your subconscious mind a brand new script. The second step is to take it even further, to actually embody the persona of someone confident. You can even model it on an idol you look up to. You just act the part until it becomes who you are. And here's the absolute crucial point. You don't have to believe it at first. The source really emphasizes repeating phrases like, I am capable, especially when you don't feel it. It's all about repetition. Over time, your subconscious mind just starts to accept these things as fact. So when is this most effective? Let's say before a big job interview. Stand in that mirror and become the person doing the hiring. Embody that power. Or if you're heading to a party where you don't know a single soul, a few minutes with the mirror beforehand can completely change the energy you walk through that door with. Okay, our third trick moves from what's going on inside your head to the outside world. It's a physical, nonverbal cue that establishes a really powerful first impression and can subtly shift the power dynamic of just about any interaction. I absolutely love this concept from the source, the energy shield handshake. It's a total mental trick. Instead of just thinking, give a firm handshake, you imagine the other person is like an energy vampire trying to drain you. Your firm grip becomes a protective shield. It's a strange but super effective way to frame the action in your mind. But here's the critical part. This is not about crushing someone's hand. The goal is to project confidence and control, not hostility. It's a fine line for sure, but getting it right communicates that you are a person of substance and presence. Now for our fourth and final technique, and honestly, this is probably the most unusual one. It's called the sly cough, and it's a tactical tool you can use to regain control of a conversation's flow when you feel it slipping away. The source calls this a social smoke chain bomb, which is just the perfect description. Just like a smoke bomb in a movie lets someone escape or reposition, a well-timed cough creates this tiny pause, this micro interruption that draws all eyes and ears right back to you.
So how do you actually pull this off? Well, timing is everything. You use it just as the conversation is about to move on from your point or right before someone else is about to speak. The cough has to be light and natural, not some big dramatic hack. And you have to follow up immediately with what you want to say. In that moment, you've just hijacked the conversational momentum.
So we've covered 4 powerful and, admittedly dark psychological tricks. But they're not meant to be weapons. Let's wrap this up by summarizing how to use them as tools for your own growth.
So let's do a quick recap of the toolkit. You use negative visualization to shrink your fears down to size, the mirror technique to build yourself a new identity, the handshake to establish your presence, and the sly cough to control the conversation. Each one is a specific tool for a very specific job.
And this is the most important takeaway from all of this. The ultimate goal isn't to make other people uncomfortable or to manipulate them. These are tools designed to break down your own internal barriers, to allow the genuine confidence that's already inside you to finally show itself to the world.
And so I'll leave you with this to think about. Using these techniques, where do you draw the line? When does building yourself up cross over into tearing someone else down? It's a powerful question, and it's one you're going to have to answer for yourself.